I'd like to welcome y'all to a special, near and dear new podcast for me, for anybody who relates to it, for anybody who I relate to. This is 2011. Of course, I'm your host, Matt. You know, I don't have any monikers with this one because again, this is where I bear all. This is where you know me. You get to know me if you don't know me. Um, but at the same time, I want to make sure it's like I want to create a safe haven for those who might, you know what I mean, you might struggle. Like you might feel like defeated. You might feel like you can't overcome anything. Like stuff just isn't going right. It never will. You know what I mean? I want you to feel safe here. I want you to come here, and if you want to speak on anything that you're going through, you can do it. You know what I mean? Open doors up to anybody who dare wishes to step in. You know what I mean? Like we gonna talk. You know what I mean? We gonna share some light on some stuff and make sure that you see light. Cause at the end of the day, that's all I want you to know is that there's always light. I ain't gonna get spiritual, nothing like that. I don't do all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to have conversation. And of course, with conversation comes, you know what I'm saying? You get to share opinions. You get to share, um, beliefs. You get to share like certain motives that you have. And I can also learn from you too. Because I mean, at the end of the day, that's all we want to do is just learn from each other. We want to eat. We want to make sure that we make it to our finish lines. You know what I mean? For this one task, because the thing is, we got another task we're gonna make it to the finish line for anyway. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what this is about. Um, it's not gonna take up too much, but at the end of the day, it's just gonna make sure it reaches you in a certain way, and that you can always appreciate it. Um, I mean, kind of kick it off. I can just tell you what it's really about. So the name 2011, it I had some other names, some other thoughts that maybe it could be, and I mean, it was just certain ones that necessarily fit the bill the right way, but I felt like this would kind of stay within realm of me and my cousin. As you know, the other founder, co-founder of the Rock Boys Network, um, Dave, and like again, I I really appreciate you tremendously for kind of helping me find the purpose of my pod. You know what I mean? Um, for a little while, I've been really thinking about doing it. I mean, if you know me, you know for a fact I've been wanting to do a pod for a while. Um, I mean, old coworkers, we talked about doing a sports one, and I mean, it just never really happened. It kind of fell through. And now, look, I got one now. Like I'm saying, with cousin with cousin Reese. Um, you got stuff like that going on, but I mean, at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to do one, you know what I'm saying, kind of personal, kind of to reveal the personal, to unleash a layer of who is behind the, no, who's in front of your cameras. You know what I'm saying? Who that you listen to, the voice that you listen to. You know what I mean? I know I shared a personal video before that was based upon the wrestling pod. Of course, you go listen to that too because it's on the network. But uh, that was sharing my love for wrestling, but I have a love for life. I have a love for life. I have perspectives on life that, of course, I wish to share. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't know. Like a lot of people don't know in general about people, but in life, like you always deal with certain personalities. You deal with different consequences, good or bad. You deal with decisions and choices. You know what I'm saying? Uphill battles, struggles. But you know what I mean? You look at some people and you always see smiles on their face. Understand that the person that may smile the most might be struggling the most. You never know. But I want this place to be that safe haven where that person that's smiling is going through something. Know that you're not alone. I was one, and probably will continue to be one. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't necessarily have certain motives, certain perspectives to kind of help me, um, and push me to this point of sharing. But the reason for the name comes 2011. The year I graduated. The year I graduated, of course, meant a lot for me because it was the next step for the chapter in my life, um, where things kind of got tough, things kind of got rocky. You know what I'm saying? But it also relieved a lot of stress. It also relieved a lot of tension. It really meant a lot. 2011 also comes from my grandmother's house. It was her house number, um, on J Street. As you know, that's what Dave's Pod is. But either way, Jefferson Street, 2011. My favorite grandmother. I mean, no offense to my other one, but it's like, uh, Mary Alice was dear to me a lot more than what people realize it. And I mean, it's where it kind of came from. The name, uh, with that, and then also like, it touched Dave too. And I'm saying like it really like he helped me like really steer it because like what I wanted to do, I wanted to come up with a name that was real sincere to not just me but to him as well. As you know, you may be able to tell I'm not a selfish person. I really care about those around me. And I want those around me to always make sure they're connected with me. A lot more than what I used to do as a kid. A lot more than what I used to do in the past 5 years. I always wanted to make sure that was like that I stay connected. You know what I'm saying? But now more than ever, because again, it's like I have a legacy that I have to carry on. I have a legacy I need carried on, and that strength and that bond is what I always want to push and promote for my son. And you'll probably see him on this pod every now and then, because I definitely want to make sure that again that I share perspectives even with him. Like there might be silly conversations, but at the same time, I want y'all to know it's like it's fine to do. You gotta have those ice breaking moments, those breaks from like I'm saying those, you know what I'm saying, minutes and distractions from monotony, because again monotony is always never gets you anywhere, just being stagnant. And I mean even if you are stagnant, it's okay because there's stuff on the way. It's always stuff on the way. Um, but yeah, with it being connected to Dave, it's that his dad being the 11th month. You know what I mean, the 20th day, and that meant a lot. You know what I mean. Me to even think about that. It even kind of relates to I mean, his sister, like they, because they like again, you see, it's those subliminal things that I always wanted to have to kind of touch and kind of you know saying hit somebody in their heart, because that's what this is all about. It's all about speaking from the heart, living the truth, living in honesty, and being yourself, feeling free and feeling you know what I mean? Feeling appreciated, feeling that you're not alone again. Like I'm gonna keep saying that because again, it's what I really want to be known that you're not alone with anything. Um, but yeah, so I mean, on this pod, and I'm just kind of give you a pilot real quick. I'm not going to necessarily break it down too much. I'm not gonna really give you a full episode. I just want you to get you a preview of what you're about to listen to and what you're about to endure. Um, what you're about to take a ride on. You know what I mean? No did. But it's like again, what the ride that you're about to experience, the stories that you may hear, the trials and tribulations that you may relate to, you know what I mean? Even certain perspectives that you may have. I just want to give you a preview of what you want to hear. So I mean we probably talk about stuff for like depression, probably talk about anxiety. We'll talk about love. We'll talk about, you know what I mean? We'll talk about parenting. Of course, like I said, my son's going to be on here, so I'm definitely going to be talking about that. And you're going to see our interactions because Lord knows we got some funny interactions. And he's not even 5 yet. He's 5 later on in the summer. Um, and then also, like, I want to use this platform to uh, share another passion of mine. Like, again, like, so for about 5 years now, like, I make music. And I never really put myself out there the way I should, just for the simple fact of like just not having that confidence, just not having that you know what I mean, that will to want to share it. But on here, you're gonna hear it. You know what I mean? You're gonna hear my music on here, and like you're gonna hear pain. You're gonna hear like love in songs. You're gonna hear confidence. You're gonna hear party. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hear rage. You're gonna hear turn up. You know what I mean? And that's what my music definitely does. Um, if you haven't already, like you've probably seen, I have like a couple Instagrams now. I mean, of course, with the pod and with the network. But I have a music podcast. I mean, I'm not a music podcast, a music page that I'll make sure I tag when I put this out. Um, and it's just for the fact it's like I have melodies on there, I have stuff on there, but it's like it's slowed down. It's slowed down because the fact it was just I was kind of losing confidence and having like blocks. But I have music. I have 5 years worth of music. I'm still working on stuff just in quietly. It's like you just don't see it. But either way, it's like I want to, you know what I mean, that open the door to this pod and allow y'all to know the real me, not the crash out king, not the king, not you know what I'm saying, the high energy, you know what I mean, slugger that you'll see known in sports. You know what I mean? Granted, all those are really me, yes. All those are me. But it's like with this one, I want to share y'all the, the stuff that's deep within. I want you to share it with me. Because, you know, at the end of the day, what's the conversation if we can't hear on your side, you know? Um, and like I said, I'll learn from you, you learn from me. Like, I'll never like disregard somebody's opinion. I'll never want to shoot somebody down, make them feel smaller than, you know what I mean? And I expect the same thing. You know, I mean, that's just human being. That's just a human being. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's all about being human. It's all about sharing and learning experiences that might not necessarily relate to you, but at the same time, you'll know them for if they ever do come across your path. Those times, you know what I mean? And that's what I want to share on here. So, I mean, be on the lookout for, again, 2011, as this is just the first chapter. You know, I really want to embellish everything that I've been learning over these last few months for sure. Um, because I mean, again, I've literally I've hit bottom. I've hit, you know what I'm saying. I've hit certain plateaus. I've hit certain moments in life where it literally turned me around. You know what I mean? It literally gave me a gust of wind, like a gust of reality, and it's like I want to make sure that whatever I know, it touches somebody else. You know what I mean? It don't necessarily have to touch anybody else. You have your ear to it, and like so, as long as it can do that, and you can do whatever with it. I can't force you to do nothing, but as long as it can do that, I feel like I did my job. You know, stuff like that. But again, like I said, be on the lookout. Uh, I know we got a couple shows coming up this week for the network. And I always like to promote stuff. Like I'm going to promote it. So I mean, I think we got the Coles relationship showing up sometime soon this week. Probably tomorrow. And then we got of course the Rock Boys podcast on Saturday. I mean on Friday. Um, the Rock Boys Wrestling Pod. And then of course I think we working on season 2 of NON. Numbers Over Nonsense. J Street be out there too. But either way, we want to make sure that we touch all angles. We don't necessarily want to touch just like certain parts, certain aspects. We want to give y'all the nasty and the gritty too. We don't want to just give y'all the light, you know, saying the good shit, the fun shit. We want to give y'all the dark shit too. You know what I mean? If this is the dark shit that has to happen, this is the dark shit that is within the realm. Like I'll bring it. You know what I mean? Like I don't have no problem doing that. You know, but at the end of the day, like I say with everything, there's light at every dark tunnel. And so, I mean, what we're going to do is going to make sure that we turn every dark moment into a lighter event. And we're never going to look back to those dark events. We're going to make sure we push forward and prosper. You know what I mean? What I always say is put your best foot forward. Because ain't nothing stopping you from walking forward. But like I said, I'm Matt. Just give y'all a quick preview. Just want to let y'all know what y'all about to walk into. I appreciate y'all.